Hello everyone and welcome to another Saturday Geek console review with me, John Parker, and...
Me, Jack Elling, and today we are reviewing something brand new, as mentioned before. We are actually going for the Novatech consoles. Now, we had a little test yesterday, and unfortunately, the both of us weren't exactly, well,
sure what to do
impressed.
with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed, to be honest.
Mm.
So, we're going to review it like we would do normally, and obviously we'll give our verdict still, but mainly we'll point out the things that we really do not like, and of course the things that are quite good as
There
well.
are, there are some cool things with Novatech that I have seen, so that should be cool.
Well, I'll leave you to mention them because I did kind of fail to see the good things.
But the
So,
first the first thing I think we should look at is the actual hood itself, because I've
mhm,
noticed something interesting about this hood.
go ahead.
You'll notice if I just move my camera over, you'll see that this is just a Yale key.
Yep, a yellow key.
But you can actually change this. By the way, this is the hood, guys. If you click Options and click Key Style, you can change between Yale, Spade, TARDIS, Winding, Car, and Ancient.
Oh, I
So
didn't
that's
notice
the
that.
Yale. If you go on Spade, you get this. Wait for it to update. There you go.
Looks familiar.
Yeah, similar to the HR one, which I did have up. Then you go TARDIS, looks like the TARDIS. You've got Winding, which looks like this. I think that shows. There you go. Like a time key. And then you've got a car, which is basically like a car key. And then
Um,
finally, you've got Ancient, which looks like this.
okay, that's pretty cool, and you can change the styles of the key.
Mm.
There are a lot of there are actually a lot of features in this I do kind of like, after me actually thinking about it now.
I do wish HOL had that bit. That'd be really cool. So guys, because we don't know exactly how this entirely works, I'm just going to assume that I can summon this because we did set it up yesterday, and I think it's already installed into the key. So cross fingers this will work. So if I click summon, there we go. You get a nice exterior landing.
So if you open the doors, as
You
you
only have
will notice that it is completely blank. Well, what you have to do is...
You have to literally summon your console from your exterior on the same region you're in. So to do that, you click the back door, the back of the console, and go, I think it's console, and you choose the one you want. Now we bought the Explorer console, so I'm going to go ahead and choose that. And then all of a sudden your back changes into a bright light. And when you click that and click teleport, you end up... Oh, if I can get past this thing. You end up in the actual console itself. Now there is one very important thing to note. You'll notice that the doors are closed on the console. Unfortunately, with Novatech, similar to, well, kind of similar to how Novelli Noir works, the console and the exterior are not linked. Which means when you open and close the doors, they do not react on the exterior.
Yeah, but unlike Novelli Noir, you can actually choose to actually link them, and then there you go, they're linked for life, aren't they, until you choose not to. Is that correct?
I think so, but I don't know how to do that. I
What?
don't know actually what you meant to do to link them.
No. My point is, you can do it on Novelli Noir. It's the same as the Novatech, but with Novelli Noir, you can actually set it up, can't you? With this, you more or less
Yes,
can't, or it's difficult
pretty
to
much.
actually do that. So that's something that's unclear. But the one thing to kind of point out before people start thinking that we haven't researched enough into it, the actual research you do depends on how much you actually want to spend.
Yes.
Documentation when you actually first get the console is, to be
A bit
honest,
minimal.
no, I was going to say poor.
Yeah, I mean, you get the flight system manual, which explains you how to fly it, but it literally just points you in the direction of portals, and which basically means that Novatech have gone ahead and linked the console system with the M-portal system, which means technically you never actually land an exterior,
So
kind of.
you can't really call it a TARDIS with that. I mean, that's just our expectations and our ideas of a TARDIS console within second
I mean,
place.
yes, you can have portals as an exterior with M-dash, and as you saw, we can summon an exterior, but it doesn't properly link, and I'm going to go ahead and try and demonstrate that. Now, guys, of course, if we've missed anything, or there's something small that we just didn't see, please go ahead and point it out in the comments. But as far as we can tell from the manuals, there isn't much we can do about it, I don't think. Anyway, let's get into the actual
Yep.
who's nanny. So, unfortunately, unlike H2O and NLS, you cannot see where these controls are. You have to actually use, like Novatech Noir, the picture, which I've got to find again because I've lost the actual picture of this console. Where are we? Explorer, there you are.
Actually, you saying that, isn't there like a power systems or like a help button? There's a help button.
Ah, there is as well.
Look
There
for
you go,
it.
that yellow button. So, I'll move that over there. It should be... There you go!
There we go.
So it does have it, right. Well, there we go, guy who did not see that. There we go.
Now, what was you going to... actually, I'll mention that later. What was you going to demonstrate, John? What was you going to demonstrate?
The flight systems and how they, the linking is not very
Okay.
brilliant.
You do that, and then I'll talk about some of the good things with the controls. So you go ahead with the flight systems first.
Okay then. Right, so if I take off, now the takeoff button is literally this little blue thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. And you should notice it take up. I'm going to go ahead and close my inventory there. And there we go, we are now in flight, just like any other console. Similar, so that's fine. Now, the thing with Novatech is the flight systems are by default, I think, turned off. So if I click the flight system control, you have to click the online option, otherwise you just get all these other options. So if I click online, it should power that on. There you go, you can hear the TARDIS power-up sound.
Which
And
is
then if I click
strange,
it-
because we're already powered up, but anyway.
And then you finally get all the options. Now these are, I think, on grid-wide private networks, I think. But you can change that using mode. And I personally think that grid public kind of makes more sense. But I'm not entirely sure there. So if I choose one, so let's choose 7, my favourite number. So I click there and wait. And we should... cross fingers. When it decides to. There we go, land. So now, if we open the doors and go out, you'll notice, by the way, the doors technically open by themselves. If I click teleport, I don't know whether you can tell, guys, but that's a portal. There is no exterior. You do not raise an exterior. The hood doesn't bother. Whether or not that's an option in the hood, I'm not entirely sure.
But the question is, how the hell do you get back?
Yeah. Because there isn't an exterior, there isn't a way to get back to your console, or at least not one that's very easily explained.
And also, one other thing as well, if there is a way within M-Dash you can summon, I don't know, a portal or a TARDIS, for example, and actually set coordinates for your console, do bear in mind there are actually some regions on that list that do not allow object entry, therefore that is
Your portals
completely
themselves
logical
do
point.
not even res.
Exactly. So unfortunately, that's... Should we get out of here?
We literally have to go back. We literally have to use the back button,
button.
and that is not user intuitive rather, at all.
Yeah.
So to take off, I then have to either choose a flight landing place or just click take off. So I'm going to go and do that, and then Jack can guide you through the rest of the systems.
Okay.
Now I do believe it's on anywhere, so you should be able to click things. Why have we landed?
I pressed the landing button.
There's a landing button.
There's a landing button, yeah. I've just noticed. But we're not anywhere. Actually, one thing worth trying. If I try 6 and then immediately press the landing button.
Does that actually take you there?
No?
No? So you have to actually wait for it to land there, otherwise you get cut up. That's kind of good actually, because
No.
it's supposed to do that.
But what's the point with the What's the point with the landing button?
So that you're not in flight at random points. I'm making it up, I don't know.
Anyway, oh, whoops, daisy, wrong one. Press the wrong button then. Right, I'll let that whirl off. Now, there's two buttons here in particular. The rest are more or less seen on other consoles, although I mind just saying that. What's this one like? Ooh. Flashing.
Ooh.
Okay, that I do
Is
like.
that the cloister bell?
Yep, that's the cloister bell.
Oh, I like that.
Damage effects.
Oh, I found some interesting information out today, Jack.
What's that?
If you name a control on a HOO console damage effects, it does the same thing as the Novatech. So you get this like effect.
Wow, that's pretty cool. One of the things well, which I've always loved when it comes, because I used to own a Novatech console many years back, and there's one thing that I always liked, if I can find it again, because I just saw it, there we are.
Console shields. Now does that actually allow the owner to... It does and all.
Well, it allows me to walk out, but can I walk back in? I cannot. Yeah, that is pretty cool. That I do like. And that is a very good function to have. But, you see, other than that, that's kind of it. Again, I don't know what the original intention was when it came to actually writing this system. Whether or not it was literally built to just be like a portal, a great big enlarged interactive portal, I don't know. Whether or not you were supposed to have an actual exterior, I don't know.
Could you just do me one more test? Could you just try and walk out again?
Yeah.
You should note it. There you go, look. So what actually happened before when you actually walked through it is because I was walking through it, and so the whole thing became phantom.
So, walk through it. Oh, walk through it. Hang on.
Now, unfortunately, that's not really a fixable thing by anybody in scripting, because obviously, the only way you can make someone walk through it is by making it phantom, so the whole thing becomes phantom. But...
Oh well. Now, design-wise, I kind of like where this console was going. Right? It kind of gives a very kind of like a Star Trek feel, to be honest. I think. No, in a way.
Yes. That's a good way of putting it.
And also, I think it's kind of a shame as well, because there would have been a lot of potential for something like this, but of course, the actual way it's been developed, or the way it's been, I don't suppose not the way it's just been developed, the way it's been promoted, it just hasn't suited it well. I mean, there aren't many people that I do know who actually have the Novatech consoles. Whether or not in the future they intend on upgrading the system. You know, with the intercom, I believe you can also communicate with another console.
Sorry, the name to key service is currently offline.
The name to key service, what does that mean?
You can't do name to key in scripting. You have to use another external service, which has never... I think they turned it off ages ago, so it'll never work again.
Oh. Okay. So, unfortunately, folks, I have to say the Novatech consoles do seem like they're dead in the water.
Well, I wouldn't say they were dead because people still use them. However, they don't offer enough. I mean, if you take the Novatech system and you compare it to NLS, Novelli, WITS, HOO, all the other systems have some way of grabbing your like. I mean, even Novelli Noir, even though their exterior doesn't link properly, there are a lot of features of Novelli Noir that are actually very useful. remember the navigation key, etc. So
John,
at least that actually offers something. Novatech don't seem to offer anything to actually link the two together. I mean, when you land, at least with the Noir, your exterior lands. But with the
something,
Novatech, a portal is used, yes?
right, I'll go to the ground. You know the exterior shields unlock. I want you to click, oh dear.
Oh,
That's okay, guys. As you would have noticed, there's been a slight cut in the video. John forgot to change his group tag over, but both exteriors are still here. That's probably because the console got auto-returned, but oh well, it doesn't matter.
no. The exteriors don't take off.
Right, I see. Okay, but anyway, go back up to the console for a moment. I want to test something to see if they are really locked.
I've got to go through the door. Ugh.
Right, click on the exterior shield.
Done.
Okay. They are linked. In a way.
But that's because we're in the same region.
Ooh, do you want to just come down and have a look at this? Watch me walk into it. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
The
I believe I
sound
can
is
control
awesome.
that from the hood as well. Can I?
Options?
What? Wait.
Right click and sit in it. What?
Wait a sec. I can remotely control this thing.
Interesting.
In mouse look.
In mouse look. What happens when you come out of mouse look? What happens when you...
It still works.
What are you pressing to,
Standard move keys.
be your avatar's not... Ah, okay.
It
So you're...
overrides my controls.
That
That is
is pretty
cool.
impressive.
That is very cool. Okay, that is a point to Novatech for that.
Oh yeah.
That is very nice.
That would have been cool if it just dropped. Boom.
Actually, I don't know whether I can do a drop. Can I do a drop?
Um.
Doesn't look like it. No, I don't think you can. By the way, guys, there's also something else about Novatech. You'll notice that, see, the console
hang
appears
on.
to have disappeared. I think it has, anyway.
Go back to 2000 and have a look.
Yeah, come.
But we didn't choose to...
It's
Okay.
because I chose remote. So when it took off, it disappeared.
You see, folks, that is also something else that we actually forgot to mention. Correct me if I'm wrong, John. Was it the unsummon and the demat?
Yeah, if you dematerialise or you unsummon, or in this case you remote, anything to do with the exterior, closing the doors and moving away, the console disappears.
You know, with all this in mind, it kind of makes me feel that these consoles are local consoles.
Yeah.
As in, you can only use it
In the same region.
But even that's limited. Because if you want to use both, like for example, if I'm in my console and I want to remotely control the exterior while I'm landed, I can't, because I'm going to lose the console.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just click on the hood for a moment. Go to the options.
Ooh, matte. Materialise.
Okay, choose that.
It's put it in the exact same place. Interesting. So when you summon... Wait. Of course, Jack. Remember when we was doing the test? We clicked DMAT and you said that the exterior was still there.
I don't think it...
See, look. Still there. It stays there.
And if you click on the summit,
And if you click matte...
it's gone. Oh. Is it gone or is it still there? Oh no.
Still there. If you click matte, it then makes it appear again.
Right.
If you click unsummon, it deletes it.
So show the invisible objects again. Now click on summon.
Well, it's supposed to. I guess you have to matte again?
What? DMAT? What? Okay.
Okay, I think that was a little bit of a bug. If I summon... See guys, I'm still showing my transparent objects. You, and then I unsummon. Yeah, it takes off, but then it should delete it, cross fingers.
Just give it a few seconds, it might...
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does seem to be that like this is more of a local console that can be used as a portal, different locations.
Crash.
Hang on. Fly up and see if... and summon. Okay. Now when it's landed, click crash. Okay. Ooh. What?
Yes, I've seen people do that before. Don't worry, Jack. All of these prims are temporary.
Good. Look at the texture though. Hey, that is pretty good.
Yeah, I did like
That is-
like that. I have seen that happen before.
Okay. That, me Alex.
Give it. It'll take a minute for that to delete heroes.
That's smoky. Okay. Okay, that's fair enough. But yeah, I don't quite know what else to go into. Unfortunately...
if I click the HUD again, you should have a look. We've got explode, which I guess is the same thing, but we've got a lock, a cloak, and if you click menu, you've then got when it changes, please. Any day now. Do I have to click it again? Nope.
Oh.
Apparently my key is broken.
Click on the key again. Options.
I guess the menu only works when you've got an exterior?
You know, I'm wondering, you know... You see folks, documentation in this is really bad.
Yeah, it doesn't explain much.
But you see here you actually got to set up your exterior, but then again...
There you go. That's the menu. That's basically your exterior menu, the one you click on the back. Console room, platform shields. I mean, if you choose shields, there you go.
What's undock? Click on the key. Options. Or menu, whatever. Undock.
Undocking from this console, you are free to travel. Setting down coordinate.
Hang on. Click on the... open the doors. Click on the back.
Console Explorer. Dock. Docking complete. Console Explorer. Ah, so you have to dock it first. And I guess if I click on dock. Nope.
Make sure you haven't missed two of them, by the way.
Oh, it's at 1,000 meters. So yes, guys, that's all we can do for now on this review.
Unfortunately, the documentation and the awkward functionality and usability is what kind of, well, stops us in our tracks. So, unfortunately, I have to say it is not a system that I recommend at all.
I personally would recommend it if you want to have a tinker with it, see what Novatech can offer. There are a few things on the system that I would actually like, or do like rather, and would actually like to see in other systems, but overall, not my preferred system, to be honest. But we have run out of time, guys, so we'll see you again in another future video. I do hope you enjoyed this review. If we've missed anything, go ahead, put it in the comments. We'll gladly read it and reply. So, thank you very much.
Until next time, take care, see you soon, and remember...
Let your geeky side out, guys. I always get that wrong nowadays. Goodbye, guys.
Bye. That is all we have for today, folks.
Join us again next week on another Saturday Geeks video to find out what adventure we embark on next.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and comment on the video below. Remember to subscribe so you can keep up to date with our latest videos.
Till next time.
Take care, stay safe, and remember...
Let your geeky side out.
out.
Toodle pip.
Toodle pip.